Imagine waking up one morning to see Bitcoin at $150,000, Ethereum above $4,000, and Solana pushing into uncharted territory. Sound insane, right? But according to some of the biggest names on Wall Street and in global finance, we are now entering one of the most explosive periods in crypto history. And if you're not positioned right, you could miss the kind of gains that only come once every decade. The market right now is not behaving like it did in 2021. This is different. This time, we are seeing a perfect storm. Institutional adoption is accelerating. Exchange-traded funds are breaking records. Supply is drying up, and the global money supply is hitting all-time highs, a signal that has historically pushed Bitcoin and other top cryptos into massive rallies. So in today's deep dive, we're going to break down exactly what is happening, what is likely to happen in the next 3 to 6 months, and what the long-term picture could look like for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. I'm going to share predictions, scenarios, and opportunities. And by the end, you will see why this might be your best chance yet to secure serious wealth from crypto. Right now, Bitcoin is trading just under its newly set all-time high of $123,000 after briefly touching it and pulling back to around $111,900. To many traders, that looks like a scary dip. To seasoned investors, it looks like a textbook retest of support before the next leg up. One prominent Wall Street fund manager put it this way: the drivers of this bull cycle are unlike anything we have ever seen. We are not just seeing retail hype. We are seeing corporate treasuries, nation-state buying, and institutional asset managers competing for limited supply. We're not talking about thousands of Bitcoin being bought. We're talking billions of dollars flowing in from nation-state treasuries using Bitcoin as a reserve hedge, large corporations adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets, exchange-traded funds that are hoovering up supply faster than miners can produce it. And it is not just Bitcoin. Ethereum is seeing its own supply crunch as 2 major Ethereum treasury companies have started accumulating aggressively, with another one reportedly launching soon. Every single day, more Ethereum is being locked away, leaving less on the market. Here is something most retail investors do not realize. Ethereum exchange-traded funds have seen record-breaking inflows over the past week. One major Ethereum fund just became the 3rd fastest ETF in history to reach $10 billion in assets. This is not just random buying. It is strategic accumulation by big players who see the next wave of crypto adoption being built on Ethereum's network. Think about it. Tokenization of real-world assets on Ethereum has already crossed $8 billion. Stablecoins on the Ethereum network are at all-time highs. Decentralized finance and staking are generating on-chain yields that traditional markets cannot match. If Ethereum can break above the $4,000 level, it will enter price discovery, meaning there is no technical ceiling above it, and the market can push it far higher very quickly. One top crypto strategist recently said, if Ethereum clears $4,000, it is not just going to rally, it is going to explode, and the move could make Ethereum the top-performing large-cap crypto over the next 6 months. Let us zoom out. The global M2 money supply just hit another all-time high. Historically, whenever M2 expands, asset prices, especially scarce, hard assets like Bitcoin, tend to follow. Some analysts are saying this is setting the stage for the largest wealth transfer in modern history. Here's why. The total value of all money and assets in the world, stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities, gold, everything, is estimated to be around $800 trillion. If just 1% of that capital flows into crypto, we're talking about $8 trillion entering this market. That alone would push Bitcoin to around $500,000. And that is the conservative estimate. If crypto allocations rise to 5% or even 10% among institutions, sovereign wealth funds, and high net worth individuals, then Bitcoin could reach millions of dollars per coin within the next decade. The same logic applies to Ethereum and Solana. Both are positioned not just as currencies, but as infrastructure layers for the future of the internet and finance. Ethereum leads in decentralized finance, stablecoins, and tokenization, while Solana is building some of the fastest, most scalable blockchain applications on the planet. While most of the spotlight is on Bitcoin and Ethereum, Solana is quietly preparing for its next big leap. Recently, it unveiled its 2027 roadmap aimed at dominating internet-scale capital markets. This is attracting venture capital, institutional interest, and developers in droves. Here is why that matters. In every tech revolution, there are infrastructure plays, the companies or platforms that become the backbone of the new system. In the 90s, it was companies like Cisco for the internet. Today, in crypto, Solana is shaping up to be one of those core pieces. If it executes on its roadmap and adoption grows, Solana could be one of the best performing altcoins of the next cycle. Here is the hard truth. Most people are underallocated to crypto. Even among those who already own Bitcoin or Ethereum, the majority do not hold enough to make a life-changing impact. Right now, the conditions are aligning. Positive regulations are emerging. Institutional money is pouring in. Supply is historically low. This moment may not come again for another 4 to 5 years. And as we have seen in every past cycle, the big gains often happen in a very short window, sometimes just a few months. If you believe in this market's potential, now is the time to act. Not when Bitcoin is already at $150,000 or Ethereum is above $6,000. Do your research, set your strategy, and position yourself wisely. We are standing at the edge of what could be the most profitable crypto cycle in history. The next 3 to 6 months could define your financial future. Do not watch from the sidelines.